Let's dive into transitions. And the first thing I want to show you is the fader handers, which is not a transition. But I think it's important that you notice the difference between the fader handers and a real transition. First of all, I would like you to set your workspace in this fashion. Come to the timeline view options, select the middle option to see only the thumbnail in the beginning, and extend your videos or make them bigger as much as you can. You can come over and adjust the audio, take it down or up, just to see the videos and the edit points. I'm gonna use these two clips over here, this one and the one that is previous. You can use any two clips you would like. So I'm gonna zoom in. I will use Alt and mouse scroll, as much as possible. Then using the trim tool, I'm gonna extend this clip just to have enough frames all around. Is no problem. This clip is really not moving much. I don't care about the handles of the clip. Can come over and just adjust them just like this, the way I like. Now I'm into habit when I'm working with transitions and I want to be precise. I'll put an in and out point and play back between the in and out point. Show you how. For the in point in the timeline, and come over here, for example, put an O. So I'm working on this cut and this cut. If you go to playback, you will find that you have play around to. We've seen that. And there is an option here, play in to out. And the shortcut is Alt /. Of course, if you are on the Mac, it's going to be Option /. And notice it will play from the in and out point. I also turn on the looping. It keeps on looping so I can see exactly what's happening. If you hover over a clip, you notice there is a marker at the beginning and a marker at the end. I'm not saying in and out point because that will change. Now, these markers are called the fader handlers. And all they do is to fade your clip from 0% opacity to 100% opacity. And at the end or the out point, they will fade it from 100% opacity to 0% opacity. It is not a transition. They're just fading your clip and you don't even have keyframes or anything. If you click on it and drag it, so I'm gonna bring the playhead, notice that it starts from 0% opacity. It happens that it's black because there is nothing under it, and then it increases to 100% opacity. At the end, if you click and drag, you will extend it, for example, and it starts from 100% opacity to 0%. Notice here, when you click and drag, it's showing you number of frames that this fader is working. So now it will take 18 frames to go from 100% to 0% opacity. Notice also this is not a transition because it hasn't used any of the handles of the clip. It hasn't used any frames that are outside the visible in and out point. Okay, guys? So now if you play from in and out, you notice that you have a very nice fade in and a very nice fade out. So it's fading into view and fading out of view. That's what they are called. Now you can, of course, come over here if I stop and use the handles for the previous clip and drag it, for example, for 15 frames or something like this. If you play now, you will think that you have a dip to black. You do not have a dip to black. Later on, we see dip to black. It just fade in and out. Let me show you even more. I will go for the selection, click and drag the clip up. So now if I press Shift mouse scroll, I am on track 3. I will extend this clip just like this. I move it here and then extend it also from here. Don't care about the handles. This clip is almost still. Now from the bottom here, I'm going to remove the fader. So there is no more fading. And then if you notice what's happening, this clip will start at opacity 0% and increases opacity. It's the top clip. That's the one you are going to see. So actually this is the effect that you are creating. So exactly here you are starting to composite, and at the end also you will start to fade it out and you are compositing over here. Let me play it. Here you are. In the next lecture, we are going to work with the audio fader, and it's going to be a bit more interesting. I'll see you then.